what time it is? It's that time of week. It's time for Pig in a Rig. So f***ing strap in and strap on. Well, in case you can't tell by now, I'm a big fan of Tuck Game, as our boy Jade likes to call it, and this one was a doozy. Not so much in the way of gameplay, because he's just as bad this week as he was every other week, but he gets into the Jasper thing again. Yeah, the whole, I can't go nowhere, I can't take a vacation, I can't take my big ass wife to Japan, I can't wipe my ass because Jasper's anxious. But let's get right into it, because it's that Dent 220 with that comment right there that gets him, I don't know, gets him bothered. Who the fuck knows? And bro, how are you going to tell me this is an ICS? Because I'm of the firm belief that it is. Like, just the weird way he talks to him and the way he kind of, you know, every now and then he gets kind of snarky with Phil. I don't know. I think personally that it's him.
Oh, 220, you're talking about something from 100 years ago. You're talking about something from 2019. It's 2025. So 220 asked me, he says, the other day, I guess it was last week or 2 weeks ago on this stream, we were talking about the past and talking about how when I got married in 2019, that my parents had offered to pay for a honeymoon so that we could go on one. And I said, no, I have to decline because, no, if you're going to help us financially, I need to pay my taxes. Like, at that point, I was so financially distraught, I needed to pay the back taxes or else I wasn't going to be able to even to get on like a payment plan so the IRS wouldn't come after me. So I needed help with that more importantly than a honeymoon. Today, to be honest, I could go on a honeymoon. I can afford it. It's just that we can't because we're in a life situation that we didn't really expect was going to happen. Kat and I never thought that things would turn around. Okay, now this is going to sound crazy to some, or I don't know how this will come across, but in truth, we thought I was going to be stuck in a rut, financially distraught forever, and that we were just going to have to live with it, that we were never going to be able to afford pretty much anything, that we would just be kind of getting by. That's how we thought it was going to be. Okay, so we didn't plan on ever having enough to go on a honeymoon, to ever be able to do anything around the house, nothing, you know. And so now things are different, but the thing is, we built up a life that isn't really appropriate to be able to do the things that now we wanted to do before. Like, we can't go on a honeymoon. Why? Well, we have a cat, and that cat has lived with us for around 6+ years, non-stop, full-time, has never been around other humans. The humans that it's been around, it hates. Jasper Kitty is so antisocial with anyone but us.
Every creature in that house hates interaction.
We've had people come by the house just to visit, friends, people who come by to do maintenance and stuff. He loses it. He freaks out. He starts hissing, he cries, he hides under the bed. He does not want to be apart from us, and even on a day out that we have, when we come home, you can tell that he's messed up. Like, he only wants to interact with us, and that's that's on us. We adopted him, knowing this. Like, when we adopted him, or I should say rescued him, because we actually got him from a shelter, we were told, number one, he's front declawed. He has to be an all-day indoor cat, can never go outside because he can't defend himself. And also that he had been in a situation where basically people weren't wanting to adopt him because he was a needy cat and he also could only be indoors. So because of that, he had been at the shelter for a long time, like several months, and no one had adopted him because we didn't understand it. Like, he looks perfectly healthy. He's a great-looking cat. Why would no one want him? And that's what we were told, like, no one wants him because of these things. We were like, well, that fits our lifestyle perfect. We don't want him to be an outdoor cat. Our house is big. He can have a nice, awesome life inside of our home exclusively. He'll be safe. And we don't have any money to really go anywhere or do anything, so we can be home all the time to take care of him. So we took on that responsibility. That's on us, okay? But now it's like, whoa. So now look at how things have changed in the last few years for the better. Like, what a complete flip. That things are now better. We can, you know, like I said, in the last year, all these things in our house that we've updated, our washer, dryer, completely redid one of the bathrooms, not physically like, you know, renovations, but like refurnished it.
Now look, I'm not a bathroom expert, not a general contractor. I'm not nothing like that. But have you guys ever heard of someone refurnishing a bathroom? You refurnish a living room. You refurnish a bedroom. What the fuck are you putting in the bathroom? What furniture are you putting in there? Oh, this guy's a fucking alien, I swear.
But all new shit for it, okay? We've upgraded several things in the house that we could. because we could afford to and we wanted to. Okay, they were falling apart. We're like, we can afford this shit now. I put fans. I put a fan here. I got a fan in my dining room. We've had other things installed as well, all because we can afford it now.
Oh my God, have you guys ever heard of a worse homeowner in your life? Oh, our house was falling apart. Oh, our toilets didn't work. Our dishwasher didn't work. Our washer and dryer, nothing worked. The house is falling apart. But we can fix it now. We can afford it. Dude, you've been making six figures for well over a decade. And now all of a sudden you can spend, a couple grand to fix up your falling apart fucking shack. What the hell's the matter with you?
Which is amazing. Never did we think we'd be able to do this stuff. So now we start thinking about, all right, what do we want to do next? And we did. We sat down this year. We were like, do we want to go on a trip? Do we want to go on a honeymoon? And we're like, we can't. Like, we legit can't because of Jasper Kitty. Because we looked into it, and do they do room and board for cats? Yes. But we've seen some of these cats in room and board. A lot of them are terrified. Like, we actually went and visited one of the places. Some of these cats, you can tell, they're like traumatized because they're away from their families. And they probably never have been before. And we don't want to put them in that position. And we even looked into having someone come by the house for an extended period of time, maybe like a week or two, and like cat sit for him. And we had this person come by the house to meet him. He freaked. He literally ran and hid under the bed for 3 hours straight and wouldn't come out. So he wouldn't even meet the person. He wouldn't eat the food. Yeah, it's messed up. So, I mean, it is what it is. It's our fault. I take the blame on this one. I can't be like, oh, I blame the cat. I'm angry at Jasper. No, we are the ones who took in this responsibility. Okay? So we are the ones that have to live with the consequence. So we're going to be with Jasper, as long as we can be. We hope that he has a long, healthy life. At this point, he's probably more than halfway through his life, to be honest. We've had him for around 6-ish years-ish. I always forget the exact time period when we actually did adopt him. But, they don't even know how old he is. When we adopted him, they said he could be 2, he could be 3, he could be 4. We don't know. We assume he's around 3 and a half. So he's getting up there in years. He's probably maybe around 9-10 years old-ish. And cats don't live super long. Not to say that we ever want to lose him, but we know we're going to eventually. That's just a fact of life. And maybe when that happens, that's when we actually start to do stuff for ourselves. Like maybe see, can we go on a trip or whatever. But for now, that's on us. I don't blame Jasper Kitty. That's a decision we made. We assumed things were never going to get better. And, kind of sad. Maybe that's just a really depressing thing to say. Like, we actually were so bad off, we never thought that things would get better. So we took on responsibilities that now we're kind of locked into, and there's nothing we can do. And let me tell you also, we are very responsible pet parents where we hate to hear about pets that aren't treated like family members, pets that are treated like pieces of property. Like, oh, who cares? Go fucking just ship off the pet for 2-3 weeks, and then come back, the pet's traumatized. Who gives a shit? It's just a dog. It's just a cat. No, we care. We don't have kids. Jasper is kind of like our son. I mean, he's our fur baby, as they say, right?
No, look, don't get me wrong. I understand not wanting to leave your cat for a couple days, a week, or whatever in the little boarding things, but brother, he's a cat. He'll be fine. It would be more understanding to say, oh, I don't want to leave my dog with, some assholes for a week, because dogs are a little different. Cats are independent, dude. They don't give a good goddamn about you, what you're doing. You know what I mean? So long as there's food in the bowl, water, who gives a shit? I guarantee you, Jasper does not care. Jasper does not give a shit about what you and your big ass wife are doing, whether y'all are there or not. He doesn't care one bit. Now, I got a video from last May that I want you guys to take a look at.
Sorry, everyone. I got distracted. My cat started licking my foot. I was like, oh, I was supposed to click. Oh. Anyway, good morning, everyone, and welcome to the don't bite my foot, to the Level 1 podcast. Leave my foot alone. That's it, you little rascal. Now you're gonna get it. He wants to play. He wants to bite. He wants to fight and bite. Arr, and he licks and bites my arm. Wow. Well, we got an interesting start to the show today. How are you all? I hope you're doing well. It's Ow, Jasper. Don't bite that hard. You nut. He's all worked up today. It's Tuesday, the 14th of May, 2024. I'm DSP, and welcome to the show. Don't you dare bite my foot again. Oh, Oh! There you go. Bite the arm. If you're gonna bite the arm. That's the tougher skin. Don't bite the foot. Sheesh. How are you all? I hope you're doing well. I hope you're not battling a cat on your floor like I am. And, would you... That's it, Jasper. You gotta calm down. I got a show to do. He waits till I start the show to do this. I would have gladly played with him before the show, but he waits for the show. He waits for the show to do this. So, May the 14th be with you. I think you're really stretching it there, Greasy. So I hope you're all doing well. Wow, he bit me pretty hard. It didn't break the skin, but it scratched me. And I hope you're ready for a fun day of streaming here on DSP Gaming. A good variety of stuff here today, that's for sure. We're starting off today with a cat fight and a fun podcast. Wow, he did scratch me bad. I'm going to have to go bandage myself up. I'm actually bleeding on my right arm. But firstly, I think I'm going to go clean myself up. I have big cuts on my arm now thanks to my cat. So, give me a second. I'll be right back. Okay, I stopped the recording, everyone. I'm just going to basically run and bandage myself up. I'm going to disinfect these guys. A cut here, a couple minor scratches here, and he bit my foot. So I'm just going to go disinfect everything. And then I'll be right back and we'll continue on with the show. Okay, so I'm just going to mute the mic and I'll be back in a sec. Okay. All right, I'm back. Disinfected and trying to heal up. Just to forewarn anyone, if you ever thought about getting a cat, you absolutely must be ready to be scratched up at a moment's notice. A cat will sometimes get excited and want to play and not realize you're not a cat covered in fur and then try to bite you to play, and then you get scratches all over your body. This has happened many times with me, and I'm used to it. That's why I'd say, oh, I'm just going to go disinfect. I'll be right back. Anyway, back to the show. There you go. Okay, that's number one. Jasper, could you please, really, could you not chew the wires, Jasper? Could you just not chew the wires? I need that wire to play games. If you destroy the wire, I can't play games. You have to stop. I mean it. Don't chew that wire. You understand me?
You understand me? You understand me?
If this isn't indicative of how he views Jasper and treats him, I don't know what is. I mean, if he's willing to sit there and be such an asshole and spray him with a water bottle on stream, can you imagine how he treats him off stream? Not only does Jasper not give a shit about him, Phil does not give a shit about Jasper one bit. And what's this shit about him scratching him? I thought he didn't have any claws, Phil. I thought those assholes that dumped him at the shelter or whatever declawed him. Unless they didn't? I mean, come on. We all know Phil declawed him because he's just a control freak. Look at him. He's freaking out, losing his mind because Jasper's scratching him, playing with him, which, I mean, dude, that's just part of having a cat. You know what I mean? If you don't want to play with him and let him bite you and scratch you a little bit, just pick him up and put him somewhere else. Just put him out of the room. But as we all know now that we didn't know then, he can't put him outside of the room because that's where the birds and the rabbits and the chickens and whatever the fuck else he's got in that house, they're all out there. And Jasper's gonna attack him without front claws. You know, none of this shit he fucking says makes any sense, but it's DSP. What, are we expecting him to tell the truth?
Okay, so let's see what jobs. Let's see if the job's even still available, right? Because we were gonna do, it's not. It's too late. What do we got? Fresno? Reading? Ooh, Reading is way north. Let's do, you know what? Fresno's a real quick one. Let's do the Fresno job. And then after that, let's see if we can get a slightly longer job for the second half of the stream. Let's do the, yeah, let's do this quick one to Fresno. What is this? A planter. Okay. Let's do it. Here we go. For the record, I do have relatives who have left cats at home. Let me put it this way. I'm not going to say names or anything. Because I know how these fucking weirdo people are on the internet. They'll stalk down my fucking relatives and shit. So I have a relative who had cat. The family decided they were going to go on a vacation and they were going to leave the cat home for a few days, roughly a week, but they were going to have someone come by and periodically fill the water bowl, fill its food, do that kind of stuff. They did. That's exactly what they did. They said, we're just going to go ahead and we're going to do this. So they did. And when they came back from this week trip, they discovered that the cat had destroyed the house. Now, their cat actually still had claws. Jasper is front declawed, but their cat still had claws. The cat had destroyed the house, completely, wrecked the furniture. Any furniture could get it. It was so upset that they had left it behind, destroyed the entire house, vomit, piss, shit everywhere throughout the entire home, okay? Because, again, you abandoned me. What did I do wrong? Why did you abandon me? That's how the cat felt. And from then on, now let me put it this way. The cat lived and stuff, but the cat from then on stopped actually being, as affectionate with the family. The cat actually kind of became almost like a loner and didn't want to really interact with the family because it was basically upset that the family had left it for a whole week. Yes, there were multiple litter boxes throughout the home. There was food, there was water. They had a person coming by every couple days to check on the cat, refeed the food, the water, everything. The cat was upset. See what I mean? I get it. People are like, well, you're putting your life on hold for your cat. You're right. I agree with you that it is kind of a messed up situation, but we love Jasper enough that we treat him like that. You know what I mean? That's 100% why we haven't talked about going on a trip. We've thought about what we would want to do. We've thought about places we would want to go, activities we would want to do, and things. We actually have talked about it, about some stuff that in the future, when we get to that point, what we maybe want to do. So we have some good ideas and everything, but we can't do it now. We're just stuck. Keep in mind, every pet is different. Every cat is different. There's cats that literally don't care. Seriously, there's cats that be like, go ahead. There's cats that are chill cats and don't want anything to do with their owners at all. They just want food, Then there's cats that are way more affectionate. Jasper is 100% the over-the-top affectionate kind of cat, where he always wants to be with one of us. If he's not with me, he wants to be with Cat or vice versa. He doesn't like to be alone. I mean, yeah, there's days when we both go out and we leave him at home. Nothing you can do about that. But you can tell he doesn't like it. And he always wants to be the life of the party. He always wants to be involved in anything we're doing. If we're on the couch sitting there together, he's laying there with us. If Cat's making dinner, he's there with her. He stays with her and actually stands by me while she's making dinner. That's how he is. So, very incredibly social cat. And that's what I mean, to take that away from him, put him in a situation where he'd be extended period of time either alone or with a stranger he doesn't know, or put him in room and board somewhere outside of the house where he's never been there. It's just not right, Every cat's different. Every dog is different, But that's just the situation we're in. Of course, here come people who will actually make fun of us for it. Well, go ahead. If you think that that's fucked up, you want to be a messed up person, sorry that we don't want to be horribly insensitive to our pet who we decided to adopt, who we took on the responsibility of being parents for. And we actually want to do the right thing by that pet because we took on that level of responsibility for the rest of that pet's life,
First of all, this shit about his aunt's cat or whatever destroying a house, pissing and shitting everywhere, that is just a lie. We all know it is. We all know the way Phil is. Yeah, the cat tore up the house and pissed and shit everywhere the same way people were screaming at me. The same way everyone is saying, the stupid little shit he does where he exaggerates one tiny little thing and just blows it way out of the water. Yeah, maybe the cat scratched up a couch or something, but he'll have you believe that they came back and there was holes in the wall, shit on every square inch of the floor. The cat fucking spray painted on the wall. I hate my mom and dad, dumb shit like that. But that's just the way he is. He takes one little thing that might be true or was true a little bit at some point and then just ramps it up to fucking 10 in an attempt to prove his point, beyond question. You know what I mean? Look at this dents. This happened to this extreme. How can you even deny that happened to me? That's so obviously true. And one more thing, dude, look at this fucking stroke face. Dude, this mirrored camera during truck sim does him no favors. What the fuck is wrong with your head, dude? Like, dude, honestly, what the fuck is wrong with it? How does it even get shaped like that, dude? Were you left like on the dash of a car in the sun or something? How the fuck does your head, how does your head just get so fucked off like that? It's incredible.
Here's the hilarious part about this, right? The same people who say, oh, what a loser, what a wimp DSP and Cat are because they won't go on a vacation and leave their cat behind or put him at room and board. These are the same people that when I refused to do a $300 to $400 blood test because the vet was just recommending it but didn't tell us why he needed it, and I declined. I said, no, I'm not paying $400 for a blood test when he has nothing wrong with him. Those, oh, you don't care about your cat? You didn't drop $400 for a blood test. So on the one hand, you say I don't care about my cat enough. On the other hand, I care about my cat too much, right? So that's why I don't give a fuck what these idiots say. I don't. We take care of Jasper how we see fit.
No, it's not that you care too much or too little. It's that you're lazy, greedy, and overall mentally ill, Philip. And greedy and lazy above all. It's your greed that stopped you from getting that blood test for Jasper. Not anything that the vet said, nothing like that. It's your greed, because that's the only thing you see. That's the only thing that makes sense to you is money. Why would I get a $400 blood test for Jasper, dude? That's 4 megapulse. I could get a 6-star Hogan. Fuck Jasper. And it's nothing having to do with Jasper's mental well-being at all that's stopping you from going to Japan. It's just your all-around fucking dirtbagness, dude. You don't want to spend the money on your wife. You don't want to take her nowhere. You don't want to make her happy. You take no pleasure in seeing Kat smile, seeing her happy like a normal man would. You're just a piece of shit and nobody fucking matters but you. So long as you got your Hogans, your DoorDash, and you can get up on stream and beg, you're happy, dude. You don't care about anyone else, what they want, nothing like that. Because it all comes back to you being such a goddamn narcissist and nobody matters but Phil. Everyone's an NPC. Everyone in Costco is an NPC except me. Clear the fucking way so I can get my gourmet pizzas. Just such a fucking asshole. And it's the really highlighted examples like that that have me second guessing the autism, because yeah, he definitely does some autistic shit, but then, you know, he tones down the begging, the snorts, the berating, like just being an all-around shitbag when there's other people around or when he's on stream with somebody else. I don't know. It's a toss-up on the autism for me. I mean, what do you guys think? Weigh in.
And we're happy with that. And like I said, maybe in the future we will look to go on a real honeymoon. It's not a matter of money at this point. It's a matter of means, and we don't have the means to have our cat taken care of. Oh, that vet 100% was proven to be a ripoff. We complained. The manager of the vet called us. We told him exactly what happened. The vet agreed with us. And then we never went back. Here's the problem with a lot of the vets out here. A lot of the vets out here are not necessarily like a business that you work at full time. A lot of them are kind of like the people who work there are part-time workers. That's not their full place of employment. A lot of them like go around doing vet work at different places or throughout the state. And so that was the case with this vet we were going to.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Is that this person who was treating Jasper that day was not a full-time employee, but someone who they have like contracted to do work.
And cue the long as shit dumbass story that makes no sense that he's going to try to pignatize everybody with.
And we were very upset with the way that we were treated there for multiple reasons. It wasn't just that they were recommending expensive blood work for no reason, but also the fact that, by the way, I turned off the cruise control. I don't know why we're going so fast. There was also the fact that they were basically ignoring us. They had us waiting in the waiting room forever. They never even allowed us into a room with Jasper. The entire time we were sitting in the waiting room, we were like, why are we out in the waiting room? We're at the vet. Other people are going into rooms. Because we were there for a more routine visit with Jasper, they wouldn't even let us into a room. So we just sat for like 2 hours in the fucking front hallway. We're like, what are we sitting here for? What is going on here? This is not good. Look, why are we stopped?
Okay, time to derail. I think it's so funny when he does this, but it also really pisses me off. Like, it's really funny because he thinks he's cracking the code and, oh, I'm doing this, I'm beating the system. Dude, you're being a reckless fucking asshole. I mean, yeah, it's just a game, but it's a simulator. It is a driving simulator. The motherfucker doesn't drive, doesn't have a license, so like he doesn't get that, you know, if something backs up, you know, 2 lanes merge into one. Hey, you know, you get in there, do whatever, and you get by it. But him being fucking pig-headed the way he is with everything, his first response is to just, oh, face tank, and brute force my way through a simulator. Like, dude, why do you have to ruin every experience? Like, Christ, it's not like traffic is enjoyable or anything really, but like, that's the game, dude. That's the game, is to drive a truck. It's a simulator. So simulate it. Don't just be a fucking little asshole. Like, he reminds me of like a fucking 12-year-old, you know? Like, this is something that a 12-year-old would find funny in, I drove on the shoulder. It's so funny. Or fucking going off the road or through the median. Like, I mean, yeah, it's funny because you're stupid, but God, it just makes you look like such a child. You know what I mean? But that's just my opinion. Y'all might think it's dumb or whatever, but that's all right. I mean, to me, it's just one more thing that he does to just ruin the experience of literally anything. But let's get back to his stupidity.
Look at this. No. So yeah, so basically we just had generally an insanely bad experience at this vet. And we contacted the vet after the fact to complain, and we were like, we don't understand why we were treated like this. Like, we've been to this vet before, and we were treated completely differently. We were let into, you know, an actual waiting room with Jasper Kitty. We were, you know, treated with respect. Our concerns were actually listened to and addressed, you know, about certain things. This vet was completely dismissive of everything we had to say about Jasper or anything we had to say about anything. They were just, like, not listening to us whatsoever, and instead just saying, well, we think he should have a $400 blood test because you never had one here before. Like, you're right, because we don't want to pay $400 for a test if he's not sick.
Yeah, you don't pay for a blood test because a cat is sick. You pay for a blood test because it's preventative care, you fucking dork. And look at him, just so smug, like he's so witty. He outsmarted you. Why would I pay for a blood test if he's not sick? Well, I got you, dunces. Oh, such a piece of shit. I swear, dealing with Phil has got to be, you're dealing with Phil or anybody who constantly thinks they're the smartest person in the room besides being that absolute dumbest. That shit has got to be Dante's 10th circle. I swear to Christ.
Why would we pay $400 for a test if he's not sick? Oh, well, it's just something you should do. Okay, for what? What have you seen that he needs a $400 blood test? And they couldn't answer the question, but they just kept pushing it like a salesperson, pushing this $400 blood test on us. So quite frankly, again, since these workers weren't full-time employees, I have a feeling that they were just trying to get, how can I say, they were trying to get some kind of a either commission or get a pat on the back for, oh wow, you actually got someone to do that blood test? You made us a lot of money here today or whatever? You know what I mean? So it was pretty messed up. And quite frankly, we were not happy. Like I said, we complained after the fact, and we talked to the person who apparently is supposed to be in charge of the whole business. And we explained the situation, and they agreed with us. He said, sounds bad, sounds like you were actually not treated well. Probably the vet was having a bad day. They're not a full-time employee of ours. We're going to speak with them about this. We're sorry it happened, and we're going to make sure that if you come back, you never deal with that vet ever again. Okay, well, we're not coming back.
Average Phil behavior, complaining for the sake of complaining. Now, if you actually have a bad experience somewhere, unlike Phil, he's just stupid. But if you go somewhere and you have a bad experience, I don't know about you guys, but I sit there, I'm like, wow, dude, this place sucks. You know, it's like a restaurant or whatever. It's usually not like the service unless it's super egregious. I get it. People are busy. I don't care. Who the fuck cares? But like if food's really bad or something, like, dude, I'm just not coming back here. You know what I mean? Pay my bill, say thank you very much. you know, leave a good little tip, and I get out of there and I never go back. But not Phil. He wants to sit there and whine at you. He just wants to be a pain in your ass. I swear, that is just his thing. He wants to be an annoyance to people because he knows that there's repercussions for people smacking him in his goddamn face, which is unfortunate because it's what he needs more than anything.
And we never did. We now go to another event that's much better. We don't deal with that shit again. We're not going to be treated like that. And for the record, because, you know, retarded people on the internet say dumb shit, you know, after that, because it was, you know, after that, Jasper actually did have a reason to go to another vet. He's had on and off urinary tract issues his whole life.
And that's where we'll leave it today. It's not really much else. He goes on to ramble about Jasper's diet, be bad at the game, complain, beg, his whole usual shit. But I just realized this video is 30 minutes long. I gotta get out of here, dude. I gotta go live my positive, meaningful life. I mean, wait, sorry. I don't have a positive, meaningful life. I gotta sit in my mom's basement, detract on people. I gotta sit around and have no load, as Phil likes to say. So I'm gonna get out of here. I gotta go sit around in the basement and be loadless. But before I do, I wanted to say thanks to all you guys that came out and really showed love to the last video, man. It was a lot of fun. I love interacting with you guys in the comments. Y'all are funny as shit. But yeah, that's it, man. I just wanted to say thank you. I really appreciate it. But I'm gonna get out of here for real this time. If y'all are ever out in the world and you catch yourself acting like Phil, please take a step back, reevaluate what you're doing, because we don't need no more gouty pig roaches in this world, all right? Y'all take it easy, man. I'll catch you on the next one.